But what dream did you bury or forgot about that somehow bloomed anyway?
Somehow blew up anyway, without me, Shola.
Without you.
It didn't blow up inside me.
In spite of you.
So yeah, when I was a teenager, I had this idea. I'm originally from Jamaica. So I had this idea of making arrangements that looked like flowers with fruit. And
what a concept.
Yes. And when I told my friends about it, they laughed so hard. They were like, "It's so weird." My family was like, "What? Why would someone want you to shape fruit when you can just grab it and eat it?" Like, who would pay it? How silly. And then many years later, I come to this country and the first place I see is edible arrangements.
Can you imagine?
With fruit shaped like flowers. And I'm like, oh my God. So that was something that reminded me, or like hit home to me in a very powerful way, that the ideas that we have are God inspired. And if we don't do it, there is the
somebody else will.
Who will. You know, so that has certainly made me a person who doesn't waste opportunities, doesn't waste open doors, regardless of how small they might be at that time. If there's an open door or an opportunity given to me, I walk through it. You know what I mean?
Hi everyone, my name is Shola and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am the founder of Activate Her Purpose. And Activate Her Purpose empowers women to step boldly into our calling, embrace our gifts, and live the life that we are meant to live with confidence. So thank you so much for stopping by, and today is special because today is the very first interview on this channel. I will be interviewing our very first guest, and she's very special and has a lot to offer, a lot to share. So sit back and let's get into this episode. Hi Dee, how are you?
Hi Shola, I'm great. So happy to be here.
Thank you, and thank you for being our very first guest on Activate Her Purpose. We are so honored to have you. And we're going to get into a lot today. We had a chat sometime last week, and I am looking forward to everything that you are going to share with us and share with our audience. Before you start, I want to give you a brief intro with your bio, because I know that you are a licensed John Maxwell leadership coach and speaker in East Brunswick, New Jersey. And Dee is also an award-winning Forbes featured international photographer and respected digital marketer. Additionally, Dee created and hosted her very own award-winning cable TV show called Hanging Out with Dee, which aired twice a week on Xfinity in Connecticut and New York for 2.5 seasons. And most importantly, Dee is a proud mom of 2 amazing college students, and I know she doesn't look a day over 30, but yes, this is true. And she credits her faith for helping her navigate through the crazy ups and downs of life. Tell me about it.
Amen.
Tell me about it. Dee's favorite quote is from Thurman, which says, "Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it." The world needs people who have come alive. Amen. And Dee's favorite Bible verse is Jeremiah 29:11, which is also mine. "For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." So welcome to our channel, Activate Her Purpose. And you know what, Dee? I know that was a mouthful. You have a lot that you've been through in life, good and bad, and just like all of us. And I was wondering, for those who don't really know you, how would you describe what you do beyond the titles?
Oh my goodness. I think I would describe myself as someone who wants to make a positive impact wherever I go. I want to make sure that the environment, the organization, the event, the meeting is better than how I came, to see it. And it's really important to me that I make a positive impact wherever I go, regardless of the space I'm in. And I've been in many spaces and many different jobs, but yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's great. We're on the same wavelength because that is really what I look forward to, and look forward to the guests that I want to interview, because I know even as women, we wear very many hats, and sometimes it's hard to stick to one thing, but at the core of us all, we want to impact the people who are in our lives. And I saw that with you. I sat under one of your sessions where you were talking about brand definition and marketing, and I was just blown away, and the simplicity of it, but also the authenticity of it. And I just know that while you were speaking, I just knew there was so much depth in you. And I just want to dig into that. I actually am curious to know if your younger self could see you now, what would she be proud of, Dee?
Oh my goodness. So many things. That's such a great question. I think that my younger self had so many dreams. My younger self wanted to be a fashion designer. Oh! Because I wanted people to feel beautiful and confident. Yeah. And I think that my younger self would be happy that even though I didn't do fashion designing, that I found a way to make a positive impact on people anyway without dressing in clothes. I think that my younger self would also be proud of the fact that I was able to lead without being harsh and rude. That was one of the concerns I had. I remember having a conversation with my dad. I may have been around 9 years old. All the examples of leaders I saw were all male, and they were all so loud and so brash and so harsh and unfeeling. In my 9-year-old mind, you have to be so mean to say what you want to say. And I remember asking my dad, I was like, do you have to be rude to be a manager or a leader? And I said, because if you have to be mean, I don't want to be a manager. I don't want to be one of those. Yeah. And he was like, no, you can speak your truth with respect. And I think that that's something that has definitely guided my life. So I think definitely that I've been able to navigate tough things, held on to my faith, that I've discovered a way to use my voice in a way that's both powerful and respectful, and that will inspire change. And also that I haven't forgotten how to laugh. I haven't forgotten my humor, because I think that is so important, Shola. So important. In this crazy world.
It's so important.
Yes, you have to be able to laugh.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that, because a lot of women that I've spoken to is, especially in the corporate world, sometimes we forget that even at home, we are influencers, whether we like it or not. And it comes naturally to us. And so for some reason, we get into a corporate space where, like you said, the majority are men. We feel like we have to tuck that side of us in our pocket and then come the way that we're expected to come. But I said, no, we need to come to whatever environment that we find ourselves and bring all of us, bring those aspects of our life the gifts, the ways, the authenticity about us, even the humor into those spaces, because that's really what we bring to the table. That's the value we bring. We don't have to be like everyone else. And that's the crux of my message in Activate Her Purpose, that we are women of purpose. We have been given gifts and talents, and they're unique in many ways and bring all of us to the table. So thank you for that. You are absolutely right. And even with that said, what dreams? I know you said you wanted to be a fashion designer. Yeah, I wanted to. Don't even get me started what I wanted to be. But I know you told me a story. That story was really, really interesting, and I know you'll probably bring it up. But what dream did you bury?
Yes.
Or forgot about that somehow bloomed anyway?
Somehow blew up anyway, without me, Shola.
Without you.
It didn't blow up inside me.
In spite of you.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, when I was a teenager, I had this idea. I'm originally from Jamaica. So I had this idea of making arrangements that looked like flowers with fruit. And
what a concept.
Yes. And when I told my friends about it, they laughed so hard. They were like, "That's so weird." My family was like, "What? Why would someone want you to shape fruit when you can just grab it and eat it?" Like, who would pay for it? How silly.
Mm-hmm.
And then many years later, I come to this country, and the first place I see is edible arrangements.
Can you imagine?
With fruit shaped like flowers. And I'm like, oh my God. So that was something that reminded me, or like hit home to me in a very powerful way, that the ideas that we have are God inspired. And if we don't do it, there is the
somebody else will.
Who will. You know, so that has certainly made me a person who doesn't waste opportunities, doesn't waste open doors, regardless of how small they might be at that time. If there's an open door or an opportunity given to me, I walk through it. You know what I mean?
That's just so amazing. And that happens more times than we think.
Yeah.
So many ideas that float through our minds as women. I know I've talked to so many women, and it's like, I knew that I had that idea, you know, always thinking about the things that we coulda, shoulda done. And just never really tapped into it for one reason or the other. And it just shows, even the Bible says, don't despise the day of small beginnings. You know, so a lot of times when we start something, there's this thing in our head, either poo-poos the idea or just says, who do you think you are? Or we have external forces that say, go sit down somewhere.
Yes.
Like, what are you doing? Just go sit down. Keep your
flower-shaped pineapple.
With your flower-shaped fruit. But it just goes to show that God will give you an idea, give you a thought, and it's up to you to lean into it, to think about it. And faith without works is dead. So we need to take those steps, bold steps of faith, especially in this day and age where even young kids are taking steps that blow our minds, and where they end up is just amazing. So that leading into this other question that I know I've talked about is, you know, what are the things that have been a challenge along your journey? I know definitely fear has been something that has been a roadblock for many, imposter syndrome and self-doubt. Can you speak to that to our audience?
I can relate to that as well, of course. Being a woman of color, even with my photography business, I was certainly, it was like I did both photography and content creation, like an agency for my clients in Connecticut. And I was certainly the only person of color in that space. And where it came to photography, the only woman It was a space dominated by men.
Wow.
So even though I was a certified photographer, did all that stuff in New York and all of that, I was around men who may have learned it day at a time or from their father, or not formally, but these are guys who were in the field for 10 years. They knew their customers, they knew them by name, and you're wondering, what am I doing here? Well, like, what do I have to offer? And for me, like, you know, I use scripture a lot. I would say I can do all things. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. I can do all things. And walk into the space, you know, remember my training. Go in there knowing that I'm not walking there in there alone. I felt like I have my angels with me. God is with me.
You got backing.
I got my, yes. I didn't have my physical friends from Jamaica to say, do you know who you're talking to? But I had to create my own brand, which is what I thought to establish with every customer. And I would say one customer at a time. One customer. You never know the connections that one person has to another. Absolutely. You could be talking to someone who is the daughter of the best friend of the mayor, and you have no idea.
You have no idea.
Who's a friend of someone else. You have no, who is a person of influence, and you have, or great influence, because we all have influence. And so I did that. That's what I did. Just one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. Yeah. There was a friend of mine. She was in radio sales. It was my big break. She was in radio sales. We were both on the like small business committee together. And she was like, hey, Dee, I went to close a sale with this client and they wouldn't close, but they told me that, you know, they needed some images for their website and some portfolios, and I thought of you. Like, would you do something like that, or are you into weddings? And I'm like, I do weddings, but I do this, and this is kind of like my space, the thing I'm happy about doing. And it turned out to be a large hospital in Connecticut that was changing hands, and that was making a presentation for investors and wanted to show them the best of their hospital. I spent like 4 hours there shooting cancer patients, shooting babies in the NICU, shooting people in surgery, combing their hair, putting on makeup. It was crazy. It was insane. And out of that, it became a billboard, a humongous billboard ad they used. That they wanted to, so that when the investors were driving in on the highway, they would see that their hospital was something to invest in. And just seeing my images there and knowing that it was going to make a difference not only to patients, but to all those nurses and doctors and porters and all of those people that depend on that hospital for an income. It was something that made me realize how powerful it was. And how powerful my impact could be. And that then it just snowballed into bigger and bigger and bigger. But it was just that one person who was just a salesperson who did not close the deal. She didn't close her sale. And she still just in the talks said, by the way, we're not even sure we're going to be here in this way, in this form, which is why we can't buy any ad space from you right now, because things are so, you know, up in the air. And thinking of me. And that was another woman thinking of another woman. Yes. And opening the door for me in such a powerful way. So it reminds me of how we all are people of influence. We all open doors for someone else, and never underestimate someone. Because there are friends I had who were doctors and lawyers and people like that. And she was someone that most people never paid much attention to, because, she's just a sales rep. Right. She was the one that turned my business from portraits of babies only and an engagement photo here and there into the space where I wanted to be in, which was the commercial, the marketing, helping people make their brand story visual in a way that even without words, people could understand who you are, what you're trying to communicate. And then buy into your concept. So that's something I'll never forget. Never forget that.
That's really an amazing story, and it just shows the power of just one connection, one connection to the right person, and the fact that, like you said, never underestimate the value that people bring. It doesn't matter where they're coming from, their background. Just be kind and be attentive, because you never know where that break is going to come from. And even one of the things that I was impressed with your session on brand definition and marketing, and I know that when a brand is clear and it really has a consistent personality, and people start to see it as someone that they can trust. And like you said, your pictures became the face of the hospital, became the face that people can look at and trust. It creates emotional loyalty. People don't just buy into products alone, they buy into who you are as a person. And that's one of the things that you made clear. And another thing that stuck in my mind are, I think it was the 5 W's.
Yes.
I can't forget that. If you can just give a quick summary of what that is and what that means about, branding yourself.
5 W's, very important in branding and very important in our branding events. And I was saying that it's sometimes sad and sometimes, well, mostly sad, but sometimes humorous that we will have events that we conceive but forget the important things. Yeah. So the what, when, where, why, how. What is your event about? And what are you trying to say? What do you want people to feel and know when they get there?
Right.
When is it going to happen? Be detailed about the location and the times, so that if the times are staggered over various days, if it's going to be 8 o'clock Friday night, but it's going to be 2 p.m. on Saturday, be clear about the different times. Why should people come there? Why? So the why tells people your why as well. Tells them why you're in business, why it's important to you. And that is also what's going to connect them to you and make them want to come and hear more about you. And how do they get there, right? I have seen many events where they just go, find us on the Jersey Shore.
Not the Jersey
Shore. Or find us on this campus of this school. Like, what building, what room number. Be very granular, and you can never give too much information. Be free to include QR codes as well. So the what, when, where, why should they come, and the how do they get there are very important.
Thank you so much for that. And I know that people watching, women especially, sometimes feel stuck. Not in every area of their life, but in certain areas maybe. And I know for me, I've done a lot of things. I have my hands in a lot of projects. But sometimes, you can get to a stage where you're not sure, should I go this way or should I pull back a little bit? And very, very common for many of us. What advice would you give someone who feels stuck or unsure of their next step or what they want to do, or even a hobby that they want to embrace? What advice would you give them?
I think first, get some clarity. I think a lot of time we become confused, or there's like mind clutter because of listening to so many different people. We're going online, we're doom scrolling, seeing what this one is doing, what this one is doing. We're looking over here, we're looking over there, we're comparing ourselves. And guess what? Comparison is always an unfair game.
That's it. It's the thief.
Oh my God, it's a thief. And you don't know. Coming from the marketing space, I know that a lot of what you see is curated. So people are not going to be vulnerable with all their pain and all their stuff, and how many times they had to reshoot and reshoot and
Yes.
reshoot, change their outfit, go in different locations to get the perfect image. I'll give you a story. How I was working for a township, and they were talking to me about some of their issues with space and wanting to get more people to park their vehicle there when they're going to New York City. And they wanted people, instead of parking on side streets, they really wanted to drive the business there. So I'm doing a tour of the thing, having conversations with the people there. I go on top of the building, Shola. What do I find? It's beautiful. It's, the sky is there and it's beautiful. I'm like, oh my God, this could be a wedding spot. This could be events. It's so pretty. What do I see?
What do you see?
Beautiful Asian girl, maximum 21, 22 years old. Beautiful pink hair, cool outfit. And she had a series of convertibles that she had rented for the day, Shola. And she is like taking pictures and like, doing her Instagram thing inside of the car. And she's posing this yellow convertible, that red convertible, that one. And she had her friends drive it to the rooftop of this building to show how successful she was. And then she goes back home and she's still living with her parents.
Meanwhile, everybody's going out to the party looking for a convertible.
Trying to be her. So first of all, have clarity in who are you, what's your passion, and what do you want to tell the world. That's the same thing I was talking about, your brand voice, the idea that you become impregnated with an idea like a woman carrying a child, that now you can shape this. You can create the personality, the height, the voice, the everything of this beautiful business idea that you're carrying. Definitely go into meditation. Definitely do not compare yourself. And definitely have clarity, and definitely know that you can do all things.
All things.
Yes. And there is nothing about you that is remotely less than the person that you see either on TV or in social media. We're all the same.
Yeah, and everyone started from somewhere. Absolutely. Even the people that we think are up there, when they break down their stories, you will be amazed of the faith that they had to have in order to get to that level. So definitely, that's awesome advice. Don't compare yourself.
And then I was listening to this summit recently with Tony Robbins, and they were talking about the difference between people that we consider successful and us, who might be looking at them and going, oh my God, right? The difference is hesitation.
Yeah, they're like, that.
Don't be afraid to make the step. Don't try to make everything pretty before you do. Make that step and then make the mistakes, recalibrate, right? Failure is your teacher. Failure is your out of classroom, out of university teacher saying, not that way, turn left, turn a little bit more, turn a little bit more. And so that for me was something else, because how many times do we go, no, I need to have everything perfect. I need to do everything. All the ducks need to be in a row, but how many ducks do you need? And how long is your row, right? How
long? And failure is absolutely your teacher. If you don't fail, you're not even trying, I like to say. So absolutely fail forward, keep on failing, and it just shows you what you shouldn't be doing so that you can pivot to the next thing that you really should be doing. I love that advice. And that's a good segue for my next question, which is, what does success look like for you today, both personally and professionally? And I know sometimes success, there's this cookie cutter version of success that we've all been guilty of embracing, but I want to hear what real success looks like for you.
Yeah, my idea of success has evolved over time. and with age.
Of course.
But for me, I mean, before success, especially, in school and early in my career, it was, am I getting the same grades that this one is getting? So you can be getting good grades in this area and you're feeling great, but in the other area, not so good. You're constantly, yay, wah, wah, yay, wah, wah, wah. Exactly.
I know what you mean.
Exactly. But I've come to realize that success is reaching the goals that you've set for yourself. So if you don't have goals that you've set for yourself, you'll constantly be in that comparison game. You'll constantly be distracted. You'll constantly feel low. All you have to do is say to yourself, I want to be a little bit better than I was yesterday, a little bit happier. I want to move closer to this goal, one step more. Instead of having soda, I'm going to have some water. Instead of sitting on my idea, let me go to the library or let me go to a park and just get a piece of paper and just draft out what I want things to look like. Just to be, just want to go one step further than you are today. And for me, that's what success looks like. It looks like me creating goals and achieving them. And once I get there, making some more, because you'll find that when you achieve your goal, which I have many times, and I'm sure you have, Shola, achieved goals as an author and all the other amazing things that you do.
Oh, thank you.
When you get there, then what, right? You've achieved the goal, and now you have to make a new goal. And then from there and somewhere, because now I have a billboard with my work on it. Now what do I
now what?
Yes, do I become a fossil now?
Are we done?
You have to keep moving and doing the next thing.
Keep moving.
Because life keeps moving and you can become outdated and irrelevant. Don't keep learning and keep moving forward. And it also means to me continuous learning. I'm very passionate.
Lifelong learning.
Yes, absolutely. I'm very passionate about being curious. Being curious about people who have different views than me, being curious about books, and I love written books, and I love opening the pages and highlighting them. I know that makes me very different than most people right now, but I love learning and being curious about how things work and how they're different from they used to be, and where are the trends and where are we going, and even people with different religious beliefs than me. I love hanging out with Islamic women and Hindu women and Jewish people, and just talking to them about the differences that really make us so much the same in our faith. And just people who are just different than being different in perspective, and just I think that's also part of success, because it makes me more open-minded. It makes me have more empathy and more understanding.
Yeah, absolutely.
And make me more connected to my community.
Oh, that's such a great answer. And I would even add that it's really about the journey. And that's pretty much what you're saying. Sometimes we look so far ahead and try to get to that point that we think we've attained the success that we're looking for, but it really is about the journey that we're on, the mistakes we're making, the successes along the way. And like you said, move and don't stay stagnant. Don't stay, just thinking that you have arrived, even when you have attained a level of success like you have. And I just love that lifelong learning aspect to life. And when you look at it, even retirement is not a stage where you can just park and just be like, okay, we're done with life. You're never done with life. As long as you have breath, you have an opportunity to share, to shine, and to shine your light. So I love that.
100%.
Wow, I'm so full off of our conversation, and I'm surprised that it's already coming to an end. But before we end this conversation, I'd like to know, and I said one earlier when I was doing your introduction, but I'd like to know another mantra or quote or song or belief that keeps you grounded when things
Oh,
get tough, and it just inspires you and lifts you up and, just keeps you going.
oh wow. Okay, there's one which,
Mhm.
well, you already know, the for I know the plans I have.
Yes, yes,
So good, because it makes me know. It makes
yes.
me know,
I'm not
Cheryl,
alone.
I'm not alone. I'm not an accident. I'm not happenstance.
No.
But the divine creator
Yeah.
thought of me ahead of time, and he has a plan for me.
Whew.
It's like, if I'm coming over to your house, Shola,
Yeah.
or I know you're coming over,
Yeah.
I'm gonna clean up.
I am.
Use my
Gonna
food.
mop
I'm gonna
all day
spray
long.
stuff. I'm gonna cook for you.
Yeah.
Right? I'm gonna plan, okay, what does she like to watch for movies?
Hmm.
At the ice cream lane, I'm gonna take her to my favorite park. Like, what am I
Even
going
the things we don't do for ourselves.
Yes, I'm gonna do it for you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the idea that scripture in Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you." I just feel
Yeah.
cared for, seen, and thought of. I think that verse is obviously not just for me; it's for all of us.
All of us.
He
Yeah.
thinks about all of us. He has a
Mhm.
plan for all of us. We are all on His mind, and that
Mhm.
all things are working together for good. As a
Together.
mom. Yes.
Yes.
Sometimes my son and I argue about that one. He's like, "Really, Mom? Even this?" I'm like, "Yes."
Even this.
And then there's another one that is, I have to say, as we would say to Jamaicans, big up, which means hi.
Big up. Yeah.
Big up. I always say things like, when things get crazy, I was right? God not sleep, which means God is not sleeping, or God no wear pajamas. God does not wear pajamas. So it means
that He never sleeps, never
He
slumbers.
never sleeps. He's always watching. We talk about karma. We talk about, the fact that God is looking out for us. All of those things. Sometimes things happen to us, and you're like, why?
Mhm.
Why did this good person die? Or why are all these crazy things happening to me? Like, what is this for? I always remind myself that God is always awake. And if He's always awake, then He sees everything. Not only does He see everything, but He's my Abba, He's my Father.
Yes.
Right? Like that could just like make me break down right now. I'm like,
Yes.
He is my daddy. He is my heavenly dad.
Yeah.
And He's watching out for me, and He's for me, and He's protecting me in ways that I don't even know.
Yeah.
Right? And the fact that He is not sleeping means if there needs to be karma, or if things need to be handled, like, watch yourself, right? My Abba Daddy is going to get you, okay? While I focus on my goals, while I focus on that thing that He has put in my heart to do. Sometimes it might seem big. Break it down. Just like how you would feed a baby and they get their cute little teeth. You don't stuff them a whole slice of bread or a whole potato. You crush it, you break it down. So break down that vision that God has given you. Know that He is watching over you. He is your Abba. He is your daddy, better than your earthly fathers or father figures could ever be. And He's a God that says vengeance belongs to Him. I will repay, He says. So if there are things that have happened in your life which are unjust, right?
Yes.
God isn't sleeping. If there are doors that need to be opened for you, God is not sleeping, but also make yourself available. Don't just stay in your house all the time.
Take your steps of faith.
Connect with groups, do things so that His purpose can be fulfilled faster through you, so that you do not have the experience I had with edible arrangements.
I know. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Dee. Really appreciate your time and your insight. This is amazing. And the fact that you are our very first guest on
Yes,
Activate Her Purpose. I love it. I love it. And if you are interested in coming on to the channel and sharing your insight as a woman, as a woman of faith, as a woman of purpose, please reach out to me and I will be more than happy to interview you up on here. Yes. And thank you so much again, Dee. And we will be talking to you next time. And until the next episode, this is Activate Her Purpose. Please like, share, and subscribe.
That's right.
I think that's what they say.
That's right. Click the thumbs. Click the thumbs.
Until next time, have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye.